Hello everyone, and welcome to my Days of Our Lives Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. When Gwen Rizczech becomes pregnant, the tides shift dramatically. Days of Our Lives spoilers indicate that significant plot changes are on the way in Salem. Megan Hathaway is currently pressuring son Dimitri von Leuschner, Peter Port, to woo Gwen Rizczech, Emily O'Brien, into marriage so he can inherit. Dimitri is working hard to win her over. But how would the game change if Gwenny became pregnant with a von Leuschner heir? Spoilers for Days of Our Lives. Gwen Rizczech and Dimitri von Leuschner do the deed, which could mean. When a couple is in bed, viewers can't help but worry if a pregnancy tale is on the way. Dimitri, after all, badly wants to marry Gwen and needs to in order to obtain the von Leuschner riches. He's been slathering it on thick with Gwen. In truth, the two have lately and rashly hit the covers. This could be the first of many encounters between Gwen and Dimit, increasing the likelihood that Rizczech will become pregnant. Would a child bring these two closer together? Dimitri doesn't love Gwen right now. It's doubtful if he really likes her. He's merely obeying his mother's commands. Meanwhile, Rizczech is just smitten by the pleasant, gorgeous, and wealthy man. She may believe she is falling in love, but without seeing his true colors, it's difficult to tell if Rizczech has genuine sentiments. Still, a baby may change everything. Dimitri's ruse about marrying Gwen just for money appears to be coming to light. Gwen's bestie, Leo Stark, Greg Reichardt, has his sights set on the shady von Leuschner, and there's a big chance he'll uncover Megan and Dimitri's scheme. But if he does, and Rizczech becomes pregnant, the dynamic of this plot could shift dramatically. Not only because Gwen will be carrying a von Leuschner heir, but also because Dimitri has father issues and will most likely want to be a good father to his child. It could also alter the relationship between von Leuschner and Gwen. Gwen's life has been turned inside out. According to Days of Our Lives spoilers, Dimitri meets the woman of his mother's dreams. Our daily lives, will Gwen Rizczech be made Lady of the Manor? When Dimitri von Leuschner proclaims his love for Gwen Rizczech and proposes marriage, she is taken aback. While they had a wonderful night in bed together, they had just recently met, and this is all happening far too quickly. But Dimitri is adamant, and despite Leo Stark's protestations, Gwen must assess her options. Leo is aware of Dimitri's activities and confronts him about them. He is upset that he believes his best friend is being used and warns Dimitri to back off. But Dimitri understands that he must marry soon in order to receive his wealth and please his mother. Will Leo wind up becoming the major impediment on his path? Abe Carver has memories. Abe Carver, James Reynolds, begins to get flashbacks, but the lady he sees as his wife does not resemble the woman who claims to be his wife. This makes him ponder what really is going on here. Nurse Whitley now has a lot of questions for Abe, and she doesn't have many answers. At the very least, she is willing to be creative and come up with some. Meanwhile, Paulina Price Carver, Janky Harry, is alone on her first wedding anniversary and has no idea what to do with herself. She has no idea where to go for aid. But Ela Grant, Lemon Archie, Olivia Price, Marla Gibbs, and Theo Carver, Cameron Johnson, are all back in town to console her. But will they ever find Abe? Our daily lives contain spoilers and old rivalry reignites. We haven't seen Julie Williams, Susan Seaforth Hayes, and Gaby Hernandez, Camila Banas, fight in a long time, so we're overdue. What do Julie and Gabby have against each other when they spar on Tuesday? Is there any significance to Ila's presence in town? Gwen receives the shock of her life from Dimitri. Days of Our Lives spoilers hint that Gwen must make a major decision despite Leo's reservations. Spoilers for Days of Our Lives. Are we moving too quickly? Dimitri von Leuschner and Gwen Rizczech have only recently met, and they're already in bed together. Leo Stark discovers them in a precarious situation and cannot believe Gwen has already slept with her interview subject. But her interview topic soon surprises her even more than Leo's entrance. He expresses his feelings for Gwen
giving her
and
the
asks
hard
her to
sell
marry because he knows he only has about 3 months before he turns 40. Peter Port told Soap Opera Digest on June 26, 2023. Gwen is understandably cautious, having already had her heart broken and issues with Xander. Dimitri promises that he will never hurt her life the way Xander did. Dimitri is fairly certain that this will be a no-brainer. Dimitri von Luchner will face difficulties. Unfortunately, he makes incorrect calculations. Yes, he wants to marry to satisfy his mother, the eccentric Megan DiMera, Miranda Wilson, but he didn't plan on Leo getting in the way. Dimitri's ultimate goal is not to get married, stated Port. It's for his mother's sake, so bringing this news home is extremely essential to him. Leo quickly figures out what is going on and confronts Dimitri. He is aware that he is abusing Gwen and will ultimately harm her. Leo poses a slight threat, Port said to Digest. The romance bubble has burst, but Dimitri still believes he has the upper hand. Does he, however? And once she learns about all that money, will Gwen agree to marry him? That was all Dimitri needed to say. Tell her about the money and watch her melt. Dimitri makes a proposal to Gwen, while Leo lashes out at Megan. Our Daily Live spoilers on June 20, 2023, disclose that an old rivalry will resurface as old rivals meet face-to-face. Whitley, on the other hand, will be willing to push her lie as far as it will go. Leo will be shocked by what Dimitri just done to Gwen somewhere in Salem. But what could possibly be so shocking? Whitley deceives Abe, Julie, and Gabby clash. Now that Eli Grant has returned to Salem, he and Julie will visit the town square in the June 20, 2023 episode of Days of Our Lives. During their outing, the two will run into Stefan and Gabby, and there will undoubtedly be fireworks. According to the teasers, the run-in will result in some friction between old enemies Julie and Gabby, and the two will be ready to go at it again. As a result, viewers can expect to see their old rivalry take over the screen once more. Abe will be skeptical that she is Paulina at Whitley's because the wedding flashes in his head include the real Paulina. Days of Our Lives spoilers say he'll grill Whitley about it, and she'll try to blame his uncertainty on his head injury. She will later try to persuade him by showing him doctored images of them, in which she has pasted her face over Paulina's. She'll then persuade Abe to hold a vow renewal ceremony. The two will exchange rings, but it will do little to calm Abe's fears. Days of Our Lives spoilers. Liam rips into Megan. Theo looks for EJ. Leo Stark is proven to be a reliable friend to Gwen. For Gwen's sake, he is even willing to face the ferocious and dangerous Megan Hathaway DiMera. Leo will confront Megan and tell her that he doesn't trust her or her son in the June 20, 2023 episode of Days of Our Lives. He'll want to know what Dimitri has in store for Gwen. Megan, on the other hand, is unlikely to tell him the truth. Leo would later visit the Salem Inn and storm into a room to find Dimitri and Gwen in bed together. We're curious how he'll respond if Gwen tells him that Dimitri proposed to her immediately before Leo barged in. Do you believe he will accept? Meanwhile, Theo Carver will come at DiMera Mansion in search of EJ. He will, however, run into Megan. According to Days of Our Lives spoilers, she will pretend to be polite to him, but Theo will smell horrible. He will then ask as to the whereabouts of EJ and Kristen DiMera. But Megan is unlikely to reveal the truth about keeping them up in the DiMera hidden room. How long do you think EJ and Kristen will be held captive by Megan?